In today's video, is it time to stop dieting? Hey guys, what's going on? This is Paul Ravella from ProPhysique.com. In today's video, I want to talk about our current situation and should we be looking at starting a diet, stopping a diet, and the question comes from my Instagram direct message. So what I'd love for you guys to do is send me your questions via the direct message function on Instagram. And if you like this type of content around the evidence-based approach, the idea of losing body fat, building muscle, getting stronger, whatever your goal may be, I really love talking about that here and building this community. So hit the subscribe button. And what we'll talk about today is the question, and I'm going to read it first, and then we'll discuss it. For those of us who are planning on competing in May or June, what are your opinions on the following scenarios? Assuming there will be a show somewhere in June, continue to push until near stage lean, then reverse until go time, or maintain 5 pounds above stage weight and then push once we have set dates. Thank you. Okay, so great question. This basically comes down to the idea that there will be shows in May or June. May is off the table. There will be no shows in May. I'm convinced of that. Now, as far as June shows, highly doubtful there as well. And I'll address a little bit on why I think that is. Mostly because with April being what it is, it's going to be the time when, basically everything's shut down. Even if at the end of May, we're able to kind of get back to being mobile again, which isn't a certainty, well, show promoters can't promote a show unless people are going to come. And I've promoted a bodybuilding show for a few years now. And I can tell you, if there aren't people signed up ahead of time, well, some promoters will just pull the plug. So I don't think that there's going to be ample time for shows to go off in June without a hitch. I think late July, August, September, and that's assuming that things start improving. We start to hear some good news, some medicine comes out, the cases drop, so we're all waiting for that signal. But I would think July or August is when it's going to happen. So I'm going to give you the advice I've been giving every one of my competitors, okay? Now, I literally had people that were supposed to be making their first time on stage last weekend. I had a pro making her pro debut last weekend, and the show didn't go off. So what did we do? Well, a few weeks back, we went into diet break mode. Now, what is a diet break? I'm not going to break that down here, but a diet break is essentially bringing your calories up, your cardio down to your maintenance levels. The really cool thing is a couple of my competitors that were supposed to be getting ready for the show went into diet break mode. They lost weight, they got leaner, and they felt better. So, and this is pretty consistent with what I see with competitors who go into a diet break mode without having the post-show binge eating, okay? I find that competitors that are able to kind of raise their calories and drop their cardio, but still maintain, still plan ahead, still, preparing their meals, they get a little bit better recovery, their hormones come back, their digestion improves, their sleep improves, their NEAT might pick up. So you get this metabolic window where you can actually eat more, do less, and continue making progress, right? But that's not really the goal when we're talking about getting on stage this year. The goal is to put them in a position to not have all their hard work undone in a short few weeks period of time. Now, should you maintain your weight 5 pounds above stage weight? If I have somebody that just started prep in, January, February, March, and they're not really close to their stage weight, and they still have access to a gym, and they can still get their diet in and do these things, I will continue to diet them down until I find we can level off. A good position to level off at. Most of us have a body weight where in prep we know we're pretty lean, but we still feel pretty damn good. What I like to do with competitors that still want to compete this year is get to that position. Let's get down to a really nice body weight where we're comfortable, we can bring calories up and bring cardio down and maintain there so that we have some flexibility, because this year is going to be unlike any other. Now, for those that are actually probably not going to compete, or they decide to compete much later in the year, I will actually start an intentional phase of reverse dieting, but every situation is different. We might start walking calories up, but if we don't have access to a gym, that is a big one. As much as I would love to say you can really build a lot of muscle at home, if all you have is bands, you're probably not going to be real happy with the physique that you have in a few months' time, okay? We're going to need to do some resistance training to build and keep our muscle. So for those that are unable to access really quality equipment during this time, what I'm going to probably suggest we do is maintain at a lower body fat level and then get back into the gym for a few months, because building muscle is a lot easier once you've already had it, okay? Muscle memory is something that I've discussed many times on this channel. There's been some great research on it. If you are a member of MASS, the monthly application of strength sport, they actually had a really good breakdown of some research on muscle memory. It's very real. And so the idea of restoring muscle very quickly is certainly something that we can do once we get back into the gyms. So my goal for all my athletes is to take it case by case. But for your situation, if you can get down to 5 pounds over stage weight, that's really, really lean. And if you can stay there and be happy eating and doing your cardio, then I am all for it. The one thing I wouldn't want to do is put people in a situation where they just do not feel good. And finally, my thoughts on this year's competition season. I'm seeing this as a huge opportunity, and let me explain why. This year is going to be unlike any other. The national shows in bikini terms, or in the national shows in the NPC, are the shows where you can get a pro card. The first one is usually in May. They've already announced that's moving. The second one is in June. They've already announced that's moving. I'm expecting all the national shows that used to go from May till November to be from September to November. What does that mean? Well, that means you're going to have a lot of opportunities to hit the national stage in a short amount of time. They've also announced that there currently aren't qualifiers for those first few national shows, so you don't need to get a qualification. And a lot of people are concerned, like, well, does that mean that there's going to be more competitors? Well, probably not, because generally with the national shows, what you have is a building up of momentum. People in their area build up, they do some shows, then they go to nationals. They don't usually drag out their season all year long to do more national shows. So I expect people that were going to be competing in that time frame are probably still going to hit the national shows. But I promise you, the cream of the crop is still going to rise to the top. Is it going to water down the field a little bit? I'm sure a few competitors are going to get on the national stage thinking, well, this might be my only chance. And I'm all for it, okay? Let's get this experience in while we can get it in. The best are still going to be the best. And I don't have a problem with someone going to a national show and standing next to what is going to be a pro and understanding that that's what it takes to succeed in this sport, okay? That's the great thing about bodybuilding. It's gonna humble us, but we're gonna find out if we're really champions inside, get back to work, and come back better. I've done it as a competitor, I've done it as a coach, okay? And that's really what I look for in my most successful clients, the ones that can take a punch to the face, get right back up, and continue on and be champions. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me today, guys. If you would like me to do a breakdown of the current state of the competition world, what I know, what the qualifications are, what I expect, I can do that. I haven't really been getting asked a lot of questions about specific competition stuff, so this was a great question. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for me today, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.